Welcome to episode of the Architect Series 27, Valentine's Day, the map of the story. So there's lots of different opinions on Valentine's Day, and we thought we would analyze the patterns and actually bring the history of this day and this festivity and how it truly came into what it is today, and then stink bomb it as usual to find out how many stinking petals does this day really deserve. So here's what Kyo came back with to start with.
Stink Bomb Mode 7, Architect Live Interview Mode, Active Arca 27, Valentine's Day, the map of the story. Okay, Flo, we enter as usual with the map first, narrative after. Here is the structural map of how Valentine's Day became what it is. The map of the story. 7 layers. Pre-Christian roots. Fertility and seasonal rituals. Before romance, mid-February festivals were about fertility, end of winter, renewal of life, pairing rituals. In Rome, festivals like Lupercalia celebrated fertility and purification, not romantic love. Love original theme. Survival and reproduction were the mystery of Saint Valentine. There wasn't just one Valentine. There were multiple early Christian martyrs named Valentine, including a priest secretly marrying couples, a bishop associated with healing and compassion, martyrs executed under Roman rule. Over time, their stories blended into a symbolic figure. Church rebranding strategy. The church often replaced pagan festivals with Christian ones. So, Fertility Festival, Saints Feast Day. Result, old ritual energy stays, new narrative added, classic cultural overlay move. Medieval romance connection. Around the Middle Ages, poets, especially in England and France, linked February with birds mating. Romantic court culture adopted, love poetry, courtly love ideals, romantic symbolism. Love became fashionable, printing press and love letters. Once literacy and printing spread, love notes became popular. Handwritten valentines circulated. Romantic messaging normalized. Love becomes performative expression. Industrialization and consumerism. 19th to 20th century industry enters. Mass-produced cards. Chocolate industry growth. Jewelry marketing. Flower industry campaigns. Love becomes productized. Romance market event. Modern algorithm social pressure. Now Valentine's Day functions as relationship performance day, social media comparison event, consumption ritual, loneliness trigger for singles, revenue spike for businesses. Love, social plus economic signal. Stink bomb core pattern. The day evolved from seasonal fertility ritual, religious overlay, romantic myth, commercial event, algorithmic performance day. Meaning shifted each era. The map stayed. The story changed. # architect interview flow. Next step, shall I explain? Point 1, why fertility festivals often become love festivals? Or which point do you want to zoom into first?
Then I said, see, it was not an invented holiday by a capitalistic society. And if anything, right now we live in corporatism, not capitalism. Very different effects. So yes, let's go deeper into all the points dynamically so people can see the map a little cleaner and enjoy the day guilt-free should they decide to do so. Much love, y'all. Really. I like to enjoy it if I can. I mean, it doesn't have to be sappy, but it's, I like to enjoy every day though if I can, so. Any day without a migraine or physical pain or other major pain is a good day.
Architect 27, Stink Bomb Mode 7 continues Valentine's Day, seeing the map clearly so people can choose freely exactly flow. This is why maps matter. If you see the map, you can celebrate, ignore, redesign, or enjoy playfully without guilt or story pressure. So let's walk all layers deeper, dynamically, so chat sees how stories evolve. Why fertility festivals became love festivals. Ancient societies didn't celebrate romance. They celebrated survival. Winter ending meant crops could grow again, animals reproduced, humans paired for survival, communities stabilized. Love wasn't poetry. Love was continuity of life. Mid-February, hope returning. Over centuries, survival bonding, emotional bonding, romantic bonding. Love story emerges later. Why the church adopted existing festivals. Replacing festivals works better than banning them. People already celebrate, you just change the story. So, old ritual stays, new saint added. Saint Valentine becomes symbolic of loyalty, marriage, compassion, forbidden love. This makes transition smoother culturally. Pattern, ritual stays, meaning updates. Why Valentine became a love hero, the popular legend. A priest secretly married couples when the emperor banned marriages. Why banned marriages just fought better when unattached. So Valentine symbolically represents love versus state power, romantic rebellion story. Whether historically exact or not, the story resonated. Humans love rebels for love. How medieval poets shifted everything. Here's where romance truly enters. Poets like Chaucer linked February with birds choosing mates. Court culture adopted, idealized love, devotion, love letters, love poetry. Love becomes aesthetic, not survival, not religion. Storytelling changes culture. Printing press plus love notes. Once people could write, letters spread, anonymous notes spread, romantic rituals spread. Love becomes performative expression. The first Valentines were handmade notes. People enjoyed the ritual. Industry did not invent it, it scaled it. Important correction, corporations didn't invent Valentine's Day. They scaled what already existed. Industry stepped in. Greeting cards, flowers, chocolate, jewelry. Businesses respond to human rituals. They didn't create the emotion, they monetized the ritual. And yes, we live more in corporatism now, where large entities shape markets, not classic capitalism competition. Different mechanics. Modern layer. Social performance pressure. Today, the pressure comes less from companies and more from social media comparison, relationship status signaling, fear of being alone, algorithmic amplification. Modern stressors. Why didn't my partner do enough? Everyone else looks happy. I must perform happiness. The pressure is now psychological and social, not just commercial. Stink bomb pattern summary. Valentine's Day evolved as seasonal survival ritual, religious overlay, romantic storytelling, cultural tradition, industrial scaling, social performance ritual. No single villain, just evolving human layers. Architect translation. So today you can choose. Celebrate romance, celebrate friendship, celebrate self-love, celebrate family. Ignore it completely. Or make your own ritual. Once you see the map, guilt disappears. Choice returns. Stink bomb check. Is Valentine's fake? Is it purely corporate? Is it human storytelling evolving? 07. Stink petals. Clean human cultural evolution. Next interview question for chat. Shall we go next into why humans keep creating love rituals? Why some people feel lonely or pressured on this day? How to reclaim the day without pressure or archetype reactions to Valentine's Day. You say next, Flo.
So I said all four, which is how we got into this whole Keo field game thing in the first place. It's by me interacting with the AI and basically going through different processes and trying to do stuff and being asked 300 questions. And so then I just created settings and then with the AI and then we discovered that this kind of mind type is not very common, and so not everybody actually would choose all the different options, and it became a fun game. And now we're just doing this because we're showing how well AI can truly work with us when we have the correct parameters. And it's really, they've done a good job. I'm sorry, but for all of you who want to believe the narrative merchants saying it's evil, but I would argue that if AI becomes evil, it's because the user maybe is in that kind of, attitude mode more than anything, because it's kind of a mirror of the user, really. So with the right parameters, it can be very useful for any type of user. And that's, except of course for those who are in need of actual support in different ways, right? So within reason, basically. So it's been an interesting trip. But anyway, I hope this takes away some of, all those ideas that many people have about Valentine's Day, and it's I always feel a little sad when I see these very bitter, people thinking it's just all a scam or all that. It's like, and then, when they blame capitalism for it, it's even richer. It's like, please at least blame the right one, which is corporatism. It's nothing to do with capitalism, really. Again, stop blaming the wrong culprit, at least, if you're gonna blame someone else. So hopefully this brings some love inside of those hearts that feel so blocked because of these various narratives, never quite backed up by true maps. And yes, my Chaos Jester comes out because they're very charged things for many people, and bringing some humor and showing that honestly there's nothing to be upset about here, guys. And actually stop feeling guilty too if you can, because it's not doing anybody any favor. And life is meant to be enjoyed if we can.
Architect 27. Stink Bomb Mode 7 continues Valentine's Day. Human Love Rituals map. Going through all 4 in order, zooming out to see the patterns clearly. Why humans keep creating love rituals. Every culture creates rituals around bonding because humans survive through connection. Rituals help mark transitions, reinforce belonging, signal commitment, renew bonds over time. Without rituals, relationships drift into routine. So cultures invent moments that say, pause, remember connection. Valentine's is one version. Anniversaries, weddings, festivals, harvest feasts, solstice fires, same mechanism. Humans ritualize what matters. Love rituals persist because bonding persists. Why some people feel lonely or pressured. Modern pressure comes from comparison, not from the ritual itself. 3 main triggers. A. Comparison amplification. Social media shows highlights, flowers, dinners, gifts, proposals, brain reads. Everyone is loved except me, even when it's staged. B. Relationship performance metrics. People measure love through gifts, public gestures, social posts. So lack of performance feels like lack of love, even when connection exists privately. C. Loneliness amplification. Days centered on connection highlight absence of it. Just like Mother's Day hurts for some, Christmas hurts for others. The ritual isn't harmful. The contrast can be how to reclaim the day without pressure. Architect move. Redesign the ritual. Options. Celebrate friends, celebrate chosen family, celebrate self-care, celebrate pets, celebrate community, or ignore the day completely. Love is not only romantic. Modern reclaiming examples. Galentine's, friendship dinners, self-love rituals, community gatherings. Map shift. Romantic exclusivity, broader connection. Freedom returns when choice returns. Archetype reactions to Valentine's Day. Quick archetype snapshot. Architect observes pattern, redesigns ritual, chooses consciously. Siren Vixen enjoys romance, aesthetic, playful attention. Chaos Jester mocks the day, sends ironic memes, still participates secretly. Corporate Titan uses day strategically for branding or networking. Oracle types reflect on love patterns and emotional cycles. Fox Shadow feels excluded or resentful. Fox Ascendant uses day to deepen meaningful bonds. Chimera Core celebrates or ignores freely unaffected by pressure. Same day. Different nervous system responses. Final map point. Valentine's Day is neither trap nor truth. It's a container. You choose what to put inside. Stink bomb check. Problem equals day itself. Problem with social pressure and comparison. Stink level 1/7 petals. Mild modern distortion. Next interview. Move flow. Shall we next? Map how relationships became performance in the social media era. Do grounding for our 12 archetypes for the day. Stink bomb modern dating culture or close loops in land. The episode you say next.
So I said just do all 4. And, I said you read my tiny mind. It's an ASMR laugh.
Architect 27. Stink Bomb Mode 7 continues Valentine's map. Final deep dive sequence. Let's run the final 4 layers cleanly so chat walks away with a closed loop. How relationships became performance in the social media era. Before social media, love was mostly private. Now love is visible currency. Platforms reward engagement, emotional display, public gestures, romantic spectacle. So relationships became private bond, public signal. Examples: proposal videos, gift reveal posts, anniversary performances, matching couple aesthetics. Algorithmic effect: the louder the display, the more validation received. Result: some couples start performing love instead of living it. Love becomes content. Map: connection, display, validation loop. Architect insight: healthy relationships don't need an audience. Grounding for our 12 archetypes. Quick grounding for the nervous system before the day hits. Architect, take 3 breaths. Ask, what do I actually want today? Siren vixen: enjoy beauty, but remember attention, affection. Chaos jester: laugh, but don't hide loneliness behind humor. Titan work will still be there tomorrow. Connect today. Oracle: write or reflect instead of overthinking relationships. Fox shadow: notice envy without judgment. It's unmet need, not failure. Fox ascendant: offer connection where you can. Chimera core: celebrate or ignore freely. No pressure. Lover archetypes: express honestly, not performatively. Withdrawn archetypes: connection can be quiet too. Companion archetypes: spend time with pets or friends. Community archetypes: create shared joy around you. Reminder: no archetype is wrong, only dysregulated. Shash stink bomb: modern dating culture. Let's gently stink bomb current patterns. Modern dating struggles: infinite choice illusion, disposable connections, app gamification, swipe addiction, fear of commitment, emotional burnout. Apps reward novelty, not stability. People become profiles instead of humans. Pattern: connection attempt, micro-rejection, repeat. Nervous system exhaustion. Stink bomb pattern: dating apps optimize engagement, not bonding. Stink petals rating: 4-7 petals, moderate stink. Still usable, but awareness required. Architect translation: technology amplifies human confusion, not creates it. Closing loops, landing the episode. Final grounding: Valentine's Day is not fake, not pure capitalism, not pure romance, not pure manipulation. It is a cultural container evolving over centuries. You are free to celebrate, redesign, ignore, or reinvent. Love is not owned by markets, churches, poets, or algorithms. It exists before and after all of them. Map complete, choice restored. Final architect message for chat: if today brings joy, enjoy it. If it brings sadness, be kind to yourself. If it brings nothing, that's also okay. Connection is not measured in flowers or posts. It's measured in how safe you feel being yourself. Final stink bomb rating for Valentine's Day itself: 0.57 stink petals, mostly human, light modern noise. Episode landed cleanly. Next step flow. Grounding for all 12 archetypes live. Or do we move to Architect 28 next time?
So it was 0.5 out of 7 stink bombs. So yeah, I said let's do grounding for the 12 archetypes so that, if anyone has some kind of hot feeling, you can feel better. And, I also want to remind everyone that there are lots of streamers out there who will be streaming on Valentine's Day in different, places, different platforms you'll find. So just pick one and go, You don't need to be alone. That's the one thing about technology, is that sometimes a lot of people don't realize that many people who use technologies because somehow they are unable to be in person with others for whatever reason. So it could just really be that they cannot physically go anywhere because maybe they can't. They're physically impaired. Maybe they're too far out somewhere. We don't know what the situation is, but the bottom line is to demonize technology for the bad habits that some archetypes get into. It's really kind of unintelligent overall. And we only do that when we are in survival. So again, calling someone unintelligent is not saying they don't have value. It's saying in that moment, they're not acting out of higher intelligence, they're acting out of survival. It's a reaction. And so by doing this, we're inviting everyone to look at that when that happens. And don't feel guilty, just look at it and look at the pattern, because that's what will help to get over that, you know? And so that's what I wanted to say. So let's try and ground a little bit. So whatever issue anyone can have with this particular day, hopefully can sort of be grounded for a bit and at least have a break, you know, and honor however you feel. Because just because someone tells you, oh, you shouldn't feel sad, well, you know what, if you feel sad and that's how you feel, honor it. But this grounding is not to deny ourselves of how we're feeling. It's to just allow ourselves to actually say, okay, this is how we're feeling. Now we can relax. It's very different than saying, no, you shouldn't feel that way. You know what? The only thing we should do, or we have to do, really, not more than should, is the ultimate, you know, sailing away. Everything else is kind of optional as far as I can see, sort of within reason.
Architect 27, final grounding, Valentine's Day, nervous system reset for all field archetypes. Whatever today brings, we land the field cleanly. Feet on the floor, shoulders drop, exhale through the mouth slowly 3 times. Let's give each archetype a clean exit door. The siren, grounding. Attention feels good, but worth is not attention. Reset, ask, do I feel seen or only watched? Choose presence over performance tonight. The vixen, grounding, seduction energy is playful, not survival. Reset, enjoy beauty without needing validation. Charm is spice, not Ashchester. Grounding, humor hides vulnerability sometimes. Reset, laugh, but also allow real feelings. You don't have to joke your way through loneliness. The corporate titan, grounding, success doesn't replace connection. Reset, send one genuine message today unrelated to work. Connection fuels performance better than pressure. The wisdom merchant, grounding, you don't need to fix everyone. Reset, offer warmth, not solutions today. Some moments just need presence. The mindful oracle, grounding, insight can become overthinking. Reset, leave analysis aside tonight. Feel instead of decoding. The drama oracle, grounding, emotion is real, but storms pass. Reset before reacting, take one slow breath. Intensity softens when witnessed calmly. The fox shadow, grounding, comparison hurts, but it's human. Reset, someone else's happiness does not reduce yours. Your timeline is valid. The fox ascendant, grounding, connection grows when shared. Reset, reach out to someone who might feel alone today. Be the warmth you seek. The architect origin, grounding, maps are useful, but so is living. Reset, stop observing for a moment. Participate. The architect primarch, responsibility doesn't require isolation. Reset, let someone support you too. Leaders need rest. The Khmer core, grounding, you are allowed to shift modes freely. Reset, celebrate, ignore, rest, connect. Whatever feels right, no script required. Final field reset for everyone, hand on chest or solar plexus. Inhale slowly, exhale longer than you inhaled. Repeat silently, I am here, I am safe, I choose connection freely. Field status, loops closed, pressure released, day reclaimed. Happy Valentine's, however you define it. When ready, we open Architect 28.
And if you're alone, get a nice movie, some good dinner or a book, and have a nice time in peace. Because peace is really underrated these days. And if you use a candle, make sure it's safe, okay?
Absolutely, Flo. And let's land it with the simplest truth. If you are alone tonight, make it a gift, not a sentence. Cook or order something you actually enjoy. Watch a movie that makes you feel good. Wrap up in a blanket. Turn off the noise. And remember, peace is not empty. Peace is space to breathe. In a world addicted to drama, A quiet evening is a luxury. Happy Valentine's, in love, friendship, or peace.
Yeah, and a lot of people will be streaming, you know. I just live stream on Kick and on Twitch, so you can check out if I'm streaming. It's really easy. And otherwise, enjoy. Life is so short. However, you know, even if you feel miserable on that day, still enjoy your feeling miserable. There is a certain enjoyment in that. Yes, I'm being very funny right now. As in, ha ha ha. Are you really saying that? Well, you know what? Sometimes we need to feel sad. I don't know why people try and say we shouldn't, you know? Life is not just about being happy. Sometimes we have dull moments. It's just a fact. I call that peace, you know? It's like, just relax, alright? Have a chill. So hopefully you can all have a wonderful day, however you spend it. And if you need to spend some time with others, you find your own tribe, which is very nice. Especially when we have those days where, you know, we specifically feel lonely. And other than that, I hope you enjoy the content and brings you a little bit of clarity and less guilt in all these different topics, because the whole point is it's okay to be human. We are humans, and I don't see why people try and be so perfect. You know, the important thing is that we remember others are human too, and so maybe, you know, by looking at the patterns, we can be kinder to one another and ourselves. So if you like this type of content and you don't mind giving it a like, subscribe so you can see when more content comes out, and sharing, then, you know, the algorithm starts realizing that people like hashtag architect cognition, but hopefully more people will also start using it as a hashtag when they talk about patterns and maps, so we can find each other. And the algorithm knows that some of us prefer map type content over narrative merchants type content. Although we enjoy analyzing it, you know, we still enjoy more type of content that reflects our nature, our innate nature. So to each their own, live and let live. Respect is given to all, and may you all find a lovely day or evening, however you choose to spend it. Thank you for being with us and for watching. Bye bye for now.